Hey, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Spyt-Takes. My name is Spytle, aka Jens Anderson, and this is my lovely co-host, Ellen Anderson.
And Penny.
Oh, and Penny and Bunsen. Yes, they make appearances in these episodes as well. So tonight on Spyt-Takes, we're going to be talking to you about the last episode of The Flash, which was very cool. Kind of Flash's coming out party.
Yes.
Right? So during this episode, we saw some really cool stuff. Leonard Snart is back as Captain Cold. And we saw a plot device, or sorry, a prop get planted a while ago. And it was the Heatwave's gun.
Right.
And this episode, we actually see Cisco name Heatwave. So Captain Cold and Heatwave are actually teaming up to try and take down the Flash. In fact, Snart is trying to do all these capers to draw the attention of the Flash, but the Flash is not showing up because Dr. Wells has convinced Barry that he needs to prioritize.
Yes, he suggested
to just deal with getting his speed up and improving his powers.
To deal with Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash.
The Yellow Flash.
Yes. And how badass was that training session? Like when he was dealing with those drones with the miniguns and the missiles and stuff like that. Like he really caught that missile and like redirected it and shot it back at the drone and everything. I mean, that was really cool stuff.
Yeah, and it was nice to see him being so confident that he was going to be able to do that, because his the rest of the team there, they were fearful and worried for his life. In fact, Harrison Wells at one point almost gets out of his wheelchair.
Yeah, blows his cover. And
almost blows his cover.
Yeah.
And I think he would have tried to have saved Barry.
So you know what? Yeah, and you know what's interesting? He definitely would have had to use super speed to do it.
Yes.
Right. So it's not that suit that he has in there. He is the Reverse Flash for sure. It's not that he has that suit and is going to pass it on to somebody else in the future, because he's got all kinds of timey-wimey weird stuff going on with him. But it's him. It's definitely him. You can hear it in the voice too, even though they do a process on it.
And I love that character.
Oh, Harrison Wells?
Yeah. Yeah,
he's a cool character. I like him. So Cisco officially names Heatwave because of how the gun works. And Star Labs is trying to foster or nurture their relationship with the police department by providing them with these thermal shields, these like riot shields that will protect them from Captain Cold's.
I would just use her.
Why would you shield your... That is so awful.
Just look at her.
She would die.
She'd be good. She would shield me.
Penny. I would shield you.
Now she's depressed. I'm sorry, Penny. I wouldn't use you as a thermal shield.
As a canine shield.
Animal control came and got him. They took his dog. They broke it there. Took it there.
That's terrible. Anyway, so yeah, good episode. Now, I thought one of the funniest things was like how they were gonna defeat the Captain Cold and Heatwave. Like Barry needed to get them to cross the streams of their weapons, and makes a Ghostbuster joke. And Cisco says that film was surprisingly accurate, which was pretty darn funny, I thought.
Scientifically, it was,
yeah,
that was funny, because when they were talking about that, now I'm already going, oh god, they're gonna do the Ghostbusters reference. Here it comes. They're gonna have to cross the beams. So
yeah,
I was like, oh, they went there.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
Yeah, they definitely did. And I guess the reason it's his Flash's coming out party is because, Caitlin Snow is looking for Ronnie still.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, she meets Jason. And Jason is the character who, the African-American student who becomes Firestorm after Ronnie Raymond isn't Firestorm anymore. And they mentioned the Professor Stein. Mm-hmm. So all the Firestorm stuff was really kicked up another notch, and all these cool characters that are from the comics were actually starting to make appearances in there, which I thought was really cool. In fact, during Blackest Night, like Jason's girlfriend gets Firestorm becomes a Black Lantern and like turns Jason's girlfriend into salt, and he has to watch like the whole time. It's terrible. Like it's horrifying. So yeah, Firestorm. That's quite an acronym that they have there, by the way. It's an actual acronym. I'm not even going to try and say what it was for.
I was going to dare you to.
No.
You're like, no, you don't even want to try?
No. Freaking insane, really
energy,
strange, tenaciously officious, rambling moniker.
Firestorm.
That was Firestorm. I think. Wait, maybe I missed the E. Oh. Yeah, I think I missed the E. Darn it. I know it's way too long. What it really is blah. Anyway, so good stuff with Firestorm and some of the characters they brought in for that. But so basically, while Caitlin is looking for Ronnie and kind of dealing with Firestorm project stuff, she gets kidnapped by Snart so that he can get the attention of the Flash. Mm-hmm. And so the Flash is forced to go out and be public, like be here at this time, and the cops see him, and Eddie sees him, everybody sees him, and he fights two of the rogues. And I thought it was awesome. I mean, the special effects for the cold gun and the heat gun. Remember I stopped and I made you look. Like when they look down the barrel of the Captain Cold's gun and Heatwave's gun. The barrels are awesome. Like right down the barrel with the triangular kind of dots for colds and the two little fuses that come into that honeycomb matrix on Heatwave's gun. Like really cool touches that you always see in the comic book, because in the comic book they're doing these like, right at the camera, they're pointing the gun, and you get this foreshortened kind of effect, and you see the barrels of the guns like really up close.
Which one do you like more? I think I
like Cold's more.
Yeah, me too.
Because it had a neat sound and kind of like it wasn't more like Heatwaves was cool. It was kind of like two pilot lights, but in this kind of honeycomby looking matrixy heat element, which I thought was neat. But there was something about the crackling cold energy and its sound.
It was definitely a lot more like science fiction,
right?
Looking,
it felt more futuristic and Star Labsy for sure. But yeah, great special effects during the fight scene. Barry really has to risk his life by letting them hit him and going right in between them to get them to cross their beams, and then they kind of blow up their guns. But they escape at the end. Snart had it planned. Like he had a plan for if they ran into trouble.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Yeah. So
I'm sure he's gonna be. We'll see him a lot more.
Well, I mean, they're building all the rogues, right? They've got Captain Boomerang, they've got Heatwave, they've got Snart was Captain Cold. They need to get Mirror Master and Weather Wizard. They already did, and in the pilot, I think, or one of the early ones, they did Weather Wizard.
You know why I was also glad to see Captain Cold again? Is I really miss the Star Labs vacuum cleaner.
You and the Star Labs vacuum cleaner.
I thought that was the funniest thing when they first introduced him.
Yeah, it was a total bluff.
Yes, it was a bluff.
It's a vacuum cleaner.
Star Labs vacuum cleaner.
I think you made a suggestion for a holiday item for DCUO for Star Labs.
As a joke to see if anyone's paying attention, and the Star
Nobody
Labs
was.
vacuum
They didn't
cleaner.
get it.
They didn't get it.
You're up here. They're down here.
They're like, they're I don't know where they are.
See, I'm dealing with shit on a whole nother level. Y'all can't even fathom the level that I'm on.
Anyway, a great episode of The Flash. I think you'll agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still liking the show?
I love the show. I think that's one of my... I think it's my favorite new show.
Yeah. Good stuff.
That's right up there.
Well acted, all around. Great special effects. Just fantastic show.
It's a fun, optimistic show, and that's probably why I like it.
Yeah. All right, so this week's episode of Flash, last week's episode of Flash, really good. Looking forward to this week's. We'll see who they introduce. Should be a lot of fun. They're pulling characters out really quickly. So, and Flash has one of the greatest rogues galleries in comics, in my opinion. It's so huge. So and they've already done Girder and Weather Wizard and Heatwave and Captain Cold and who rescued them, by the way? Snart's sister, the Golden Glider. Yeah. So we get to see her now in the mix, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool. So Golden Glider coming maybe next week, I hope. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so that was last week's episode of The Flash. We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of The Flash. Make sure to tune in and watch that, and we'll talk about it next week on Spyt-Takes. Till then, take care.
Take it easy.